Radical. Welcome to part 1 of Radical Rapid Fire Comment Response for January 3rd through January 9th, 2022. Short comments, quick replies. I want to acknowledge before I get into this that this is the 100th installment of Radical Rapid Fire Comment Response. I might do a rebranding. I might change the name. I'm not sure. There's different things I'm thinking about going with. I don't know. I got some different ideas. Actually, it just seems like yesterday I started this and I was thinking I need to add another comment reply show. Something for just short comments, to acknowledge some people that maybe don't leave the longest or the best comments, Not everyone's going to be a Rusty Shackelford, okay? I don't expect that from everybody. A lot of people just don't have time to leave really long, detailed comments. So I thought this was a nice companion piece to, Radical Comment of the Week. Another side note here quickly, tomorrow, brace yourself for a lot of football talk. I have a lot of things to say about this crazy freaking amazing weekend, surprising weekend of NFL football. Getting right into this, Moon Knight 1985. Rick, Livewire hit a young Superman. Like Raditz, Goku couldn't beat him without the help of Piccolo. Did you watch Death Battle? They proved it. Superman was stronger, not once but twice, and Superman actually beats Darkseid, and he's a god too, and he says it in Justice League Unlimited, nothing is holding him back. I thought I made it kind of simple for people. I get how a lot of people are making the arguments for Superman. I get how a lot of people, plainly like Superman more. It comes down to a lot of people just liking Superman more than Goku, and I get that. Everybody, I understand that, right? Superman is probably a better overall character than Goku. Goku's just incredibly freaking powerful, okay? And, come on. It's Superman. It's freaking Superman, right? You could say Goku's a knockoff of Superman, so I get it. I understand it. Your argument here, you're saying Superman was a young Superman, and I guess I get that, because he didn't understand his powers that much, but we're talking about Superman getting knocked, the F out. You need Chris Tucker in that scene. Damn, you got knocked the F out, right? I thought I made it kind of simple. I'm just saying Beerus and Superman, they were punching each other and people were saying their punches were shaking the freaking fabric of the universe. I don't think Livewire, I don't think her punches or her lightning, her sparkles can shake the fabric of the universe, even though that was a young Superman. How much more could he improve? I thought I tried to make it simple for everybody. Francisco Marcus. One Punch Man would destroy both, though. I wish I had some time to watch One Punch Man, but I thought he was a parody character, I thought it was a parody character. I'm not saying it's not a great show. I've seen a couple episodes, but I haven't from what I gather, he's incredibly strong and he finishes his enemies in one punch. Maybe not even a strong punch, and there's different levels of the punch. I thought he was created as a parody character that possibly could beat Superman and Goku at the same time with the same punch. But now we're just kind of getting into silliness. Were you going to create One Kick Man? One Kick Man. His kicks are stronger than the punches. And then when you create One Kick Man, it can get into silliness. When it comes to characters, though, Goku and Superman, legendary characters. One Punch Man, But maybe, I'm not sure, right? Could possibly destroy both. But then you make One Kick Man, and then you're onto something. I think I can draw pretty reasonably well. How about I make a drawing and I create a character called One Kick Man, and then I'll share it with you guys. Yeah? A lot of you didn't know that I could draw a little bit, did you? Awakening Bear. Boogie 2988, is extraordinarily manipulative. Yeah, he is. Through the years, we've seen that. And people kind of call him out for it because what happens is they see him act a certain way in a live stream. saying things, doing things or whatnot. And he'll have his apology video. I'm sorry, it's my mental health. And I'm sorry, it's this, it's that, this is that. And then he'll go do some crazy stuff or say some crazy stuff or freaking shoot at people or do some nutty stuff. And then he'll come back. He should just make a parody of it. Be Francis. Guys, I'm sorry I shot at people, huh? Whatever. No, he's when someone shows you and proves to you who they are, believe them. If somebody proves himself to be manipulative, then you have to assume that even when they're nice and sweet, they're still manipulating you. Joe Wilkerson. I'm glad you talk NBA on your channel. I used to love NBA, need to get back into it. There's things that I used to love that I want to get back into. I noticed that I only have 28 wrestling uploads on the channel. Seemed like I have more. Seemed like I had more. And I would really love to get back into wrestling, but it's just really tough trying to find time to juggle like lots of different things in my life. But there was a period of time where I just loved TV wrestling. I call it TV wrestling. Some people call it pro wrestling. I call it TV wrestling. I used to follow all the wrestlers, even like the jobber guys. I used to follow that closely. And the WWE product, for instance, is, but maybe I can get into some of the other promotions or whatnot. I'd like to get back into that. And, I talk about things that I follow. So if people wonder why I might switch up and maybe not talk about the NBA and talk about maybe something else, or maybe I'll talk about like music or some music I'm listening to. It's just literally whatever I'm into is what I'm discussing. Unless I have like a lot of people maybe come by and say like, hey, we want you to talk about knitting and cross hatching. No, I would never talk about knitting and cross hatching. Sorry. Nuts 4040. What a silly debate, Rick. Everyone knows that Goku isn't even real. No, Goku is real. I saw the real Goku in Dragon Ball Evolution. I saw him. He was doing an interview on a TV show. Yeah. They had him on and they basically just slapped him and said, "You're a bad person. How dare you ruin Dragon Ball?" Or something to that extent. But okay, yeah. I get what you say. Superman, Goku, One Punch Man, One Kick Man. Even when I create One Kick Man and it becomes a huge thing and then they try to sue me, the One Punch people will try to sue me and say, hey, you ripped off our idea. Well, Goku ripped off the whole Kryptonian comes to Earth, Saiyan comes to Earth idea, right? Everything's already been done. Yeah, let's see them get me and sue me. One Kick Man, I tell you, One Kick Man's gonna go places. What color cape should I put on One Kick Man? What kind of boots? One Kick Man. He's gonna stomp a mud. Maybe I'll just make him look like Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm gonna stomp a mud hole through you. It's One Kick Man. Generation X Gamer. Bill Hicks is legendary. Yeah, legendary. A lot of people define legendary as well known or whatnot. Bill Hicks, a lot of people didn't know who Bill Hicks was. You've heard of like the comedians, you've heard of Seinfeld, Chappelle or whatnot. You've heard of like the big name comedians, but Bill Hicks is kind of like one of those niche comedians on the, just was never like, when people look back at history people look back fondly, people that know comedy and understand that this man was a comedic genius in his craft. Just funny, like on levels of funny beyond many other comedians. And what I love about his comedy was there was a lot of heart in it. And you could tell that this man believed his own comedy. He was not BSing. He was not trying to just like tell corny jokes. No, this guy had entire sets where you're like, that guy has either been through that stuff, he's lived that stuff. Just, it was a joy to listen to. He was a joy. Insane Man was the first time somebody gave me a Sane Man DVD, and it changed my outlook on comedy completely and what it could be. Albert Menendez. The idea of video game museums is goofy. These are mass-produced forms of media, not one-off works of art. Exactly. Museums are for, I think, works of art and unique items, one of a kind items in a museum. But, a pristine copy of Sonic, Genesis Sonic, it's not a rare item, man. It's not. So, you have these large game collections, but it's mass produced stuff. That'd be like having a museum of like Samsung TVs, flat screen Samsung TVs. Oh, there's different models. Look at this one. The bezel is slightly different. Ooh. You joke now, like a TV museum. I mean, like current TV museum. Actually, it's not a terrible idea because there might be some rare old TVs. A TV museum makes more sense than a game museum because they're mass-produced forms of media. I mean, if you do have a game museum, then it would have to be just specifically made up of incredibly rare items, like maybe that Polymega thing, or like, I don't know, even stadium events. I'm like, if I saw stadium events, I'm like, oh, it's just a NES game. It's not a work of art. I'm sorry, they're not works of art. Jeez. Red Strass 97, so ridiculous. You can say the same thing with all sports games with that logic. Let's ban them all. I think you're talking about the Madden stuff. How shortly after John Madden passed away, people were saying that something like he was manipulating, and I forget the word that he used. Basically, just such a silly argument. A silly argument when we have these sports stars paid several millions, tens of millions of dollars in some cases, but dehumanized. That's what it is, dehumanized. Imagine somebody like working at a Taco Bell that hears that. Has to clean out the latrines. They're like, what? Is Patrick Mahomes being dehumanized? No, I don't think so. I don't think the coaches are dehumanizing Patrick Mahomes. Venom Hernandez, Antonio Brown. I'll take the staff job, double the money. Buccaneers. You're fired. That's pretty good, Good old Vince McMahon. Whenever somebody gets fired, it should be standard they do the Vince McMahon, I mean, if it's somebody that's fired, not laid off, because that's kind of sad, but like, fired, like they did some stuff to get fired. Yeah, Antonio Brown. I could make several more uploads talking about that loony Antonio Brown and the insanity. It's just that guy. Something's up with him, man. A lot of things is up with him. How do you have a cush position? How are you like with Tom Brady and he fights for you, lets you stay at his house, and then like you win a Super Bowl alongside him, and then you're going to do this and go nuts? The Buccaneers were right to let go of him. They were. Because you look at like the trouble that someone like that's going to cause. And some people might say, well, he could have helped him in the playoffs, but I don't know. It just makes you look like a foolish corporation. Well, not corporation. It makes you look like a foolish franchise to keep that guy around if he's basically going to, start taking his everything off and running around half the game. Could you imagine it? Venom, if like at halftime, let's say they make it to the Super Bowl and they have to chase him around and start, putting clothes back on him like, hey, Antonio, don't be flashing. It's just like, it's better just get rid of him. Magic Cheese Ball. Hey, Magic Cheese Ball, you know what? You are the most interesting screen name of the week. It's not a binding award. I don't know. Could that be a thing where I start from now? No, it's not a thing. It's just a one-time thing. He is not done. I wouldn't be surprised if he plays in the playoffs. You don't know the whole story yet. I do know the whole story. Antonio Brown is not playing in the playoffs. I think I touched upon this. They're not bringing it back. I don't know. Will any team sign him in the future? Maybe like a solid half a year to a year might go by. He might be done, though, in the NFL. Like, he really might be done this time. Unless it's some terrible team that takes him on just just to get maybe some hype around them. Maybe the Lions. Maybe the Lions might take a chance on old Antonio. Nightmare Zero. Who cares as long as people enjoy it? I think you left this. I think you left this on a Camelot upload, and yeah, it was like on the Camelot is fake upload, I believe. And you said, "Who cares as long as people enjoy it?" People enjoy people being fake on YouTube. Do people enjoy, grown men fake crying? Is that what you enjoy? Like, I question this. It's kind of weird, man. It's kind of weird. Talking as a guy who's seen lots of interesting kinds of movies online for personal enjoyment, I would say if you get personal enjoyment from watching Camelot 331, I'm so sad. I don't know my NASCAR. I'm just it's got a dent in it. It's cost about $4,000 fixed, and I'm just a mess. And please give me money. I can't. Oof. I can't even do the Camelot stuff anymore. I don't know. I'm just so out of it. Doggone it. I can't do a good impersonation of Camelot anymore. See, fake crying is not that tough. I can even do it in audio form, Grown men crying for sympathy donations. What is the world coming to? Eggs sunny side up. You know what? You get the honorary award for, and this is back to back too. No, it wasn't back to back. You get the honorary backup award for most interesting screen name of the week. Rich needs to change his name on YouTube. Yes, Review Tech USA. Here lately, it seems like what he's doing mostly is reviewing the glass chickens, right? Wouldn't it be really weird if he just changed his logo and really kind of went with this thing? And his descent into insanity, Review Chickens USA! I joke, but he might actually do that. Mr. Lone Wolf. I would go split down the middle, but Alpha Omega Sin seems to be more of a liar than Review Tech USA. Yeah, and that Rad Rewind where I talked about, who's the bigger liar on Patreon, I would say, and I weirdly enough, neither one of them have a Patreon anymore, right? Neither one of them have a Patreon anymore. I think Alpha Omega Sin was definitely the bigger liar, for the simple fact that he says he is on YouTube creating content. Well, he had a Patreon, and he damn sure wasn't on YouTube creating content. Say what you will about Rich, but at least he's on the platform uploading, right? Fatal Vision, Scary Jersey Guy. GTV does quality work, always pleasant to listen to him in the background while I'm working. Also, Fatal Scary Vision Jersey Guy, I listen to you in the background playing a game. I didn't watch you play the game, but I was listening to you in the background, and it's informative when you play games and you talk about the games. I forget what it was, but both you and GTV is a source of information to me from some video games. I really do like that. And I feel that when I go to certain channels like you guys, I learn some things about games that I didn't know. Now, when it comes to GTV, yeah, he does quality stuff. He does quality work. He has a great channel. I've said it before several times. I would say, I haven't tried just listening to him because, when I'm there, I'm probably watching the documentary. Whereas, on Scary Jersey Guy, it's just hard to kind of squeeze in a lot of things. I don't know if I have Fatal Scary Jersey Guy vision on my notifications, but I might do that, and that way I'll get notified whenever there's a new upload. Does it do that for live streams? I'm not sure. It's just hard to kind of work in a lot of channels I like. But yeah, what else can I say? I'll add some more. What makes Scary Fatal Vision GTV Jersey Guy, I'm just going to combine both of you. What makes GTV, to me, such a great channel is the authenticity. I believe that person. When he's talking about something, I believe that person. is the authenticity. Taking everything aside, taking the time he puts into the mini documentaries that he does, if it was just him talking on like a podcast type thing, I would enjoy listening to him. That's usually what I enjoy on YouTube. People that are honest and they're authentic, and it's not a fake person, compared to a Dreamcast guy, for instance. I'm like, that guy's just full of baloney. He's full of malarkey. I don't appreciate that. The main thing I appreciate on YouTube, other than people not, e-bagging their audience, is people that are genuine and authentic.